What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today's video is going to actually be an event review, but it's going to be a little bit long because it's going to be about the Something in the Water festival that just came here. So for those of you guys who don't know, Something in the Water is a music festival put on by Pharrell Williams. The first year and the last year they had it, it was hosted in Virginia Beach. 1 year in between, it was hosted in DC. Really, it just includes a lot of artists, just like a lot of artists that Pharrell has worked with, and even a lot of artists he hasn't made any music with. Just dope artists, all different types of genres, all different types of age ranges. It's a family-friendly festival, and it's just really something good and dope for the community and for the music scene out here. The first time Pharrell did Something in the Water was in 2019, I believe. Back in 2019, the scene was like, the music scene out here was really different. It was like super jumping, like there was venues, we were having shows, people were releasing music, like everything was, you know what I mean? Everything was going good. It was a time when a lot of stuff was getting done, and we kind of had like a little wave going. It was really good. Like that 2019 was a good time for the scene. And so when Pharrell came and did that festival, like it was just inspiring everybody to work more and better their craft because everybody wanted to be like a part of it next time. So years after that, a lot of different things happened that kind of put a damper on the Virginia music scene. So one of those being the pandemic, where they weren't even allowed to have the festival anymore. A lot of venues struggled. A lot of creatives were struggling too, who had quit their full-time jobs to do creative work full-time. It was just a really bad time for the scene. And then right after that, my city, which is Norfolk, kind of been getting into it with city council about them always closing our venues. I think I've talked about this in other videos before, but pretty much it's a thing out here. Once too many Black people start enjoying a spot out here, all of a sudden it's in violation and they're getting threatened to get closed down. So that's like a reoccurring thing. They did it to Origami, they did it to Slow Dive, they did it to Thank You, they did it to, I think Scotty Quicks or Baxter's one of them, but we don't really have many venues to throw things at, and it's like that was also putting a damper on the scene. So with all those things that took place, me personally, and I know a lot of other people felt this way too, I just kind of felt like Something in the Water was going to be a little renaissance for like our scene, and it was going to bring that energy back, because the first Something in the Water, like I could feel the love and I could feel like the energy from the people, from Pharrell. I felt it, and that's why I was really excited for it to come back. Another thing that happened regarding the festival and Pharrell and all this, Pharrell Williams' cousin was actually shot on the oceanfront by Virginia Beach Police Department. And so a lot of people were kind of like, why are you bringing the festival back here? But then at the same time, when he moved it to DC, a lot of people were like, well, why are you taking the festival to DC? Like, people were just disgruntled. I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I felt like he was trying his best, but you know, people are always going to be disgruntled. But it was a lot of things that happened in between that first festival and the one we just had. This video, the way I'm going to do this video, because I don't want to seem like I'm just complaining, because I definitely had fun. I got to see one of my favorite rappers for the first time, which is Wayne, one of my biggest, if not my biggest inspiration. So I had a really good time. I hung out with my friends. I got to support some of my other friends. So I had a good time, but I do have some questions, and I think a lot of other people had the same questions too. But I'm gonna just be the one to ask those questions, because I want everybody to know we're on the same page, and two, like, I can take the heat. Like, I can definitely take the heat. I've never shied away from giving my opinion on shit, but it's just like, it did take me a minute to make this video and to post this video, because I know what I'm about to say, or some of the things I'm about to say is going to ruffle some feathers. But it's like, at what point do we start addressing stuff in our scene so we can progress? So that's what I want everybody to understand. Me making this video, everything that I say and do is to help us progress. Even though I've kind of stepped back from the scene and having shows, like, I still support and I still want to see us progress. So just when you hear what I'm about to say, just know that I always got our best interests at heart. But the way that I am going to do this video, okay, it's not trying to come out. The way I am going to do this video is, so it's this thing called Gifts and Wishes. If you went to summer camp with me at TWP, Teens with a Purpose, shout out to them. Shout out to them because they were also involved in the festival as well. So Gifts and Wishes is basically something we would do at the end of every camp day, and it's how we would give feedback. So gifts is like the positive things that you like, and then wishes is like the criticism, I guess, or things you think we could work on. So I'm gonna start with my gifts. Friday was the first day of the festival. And when I got out there, you know what I'm saying, I got out there kind of late. I was turned. I was pretty zooty. I was kind of nervous because I haven't been to an event that big since Something in the Water. So I was kind of nervous and everything, but I was in good spirits. Like, I was really excited to go and see some artists and like support some of my friends and everything like that. So the first night I did not actually go into the actual concert because they turned me around at the gate because they said my bag was too big or it wasn't see-through or something like that, which is not a rule they had in place the first year, but it is what it is. Like, I was just like, fuck it, I'm not walking all the way back to my car. But so I hung out, I got some food, and then I went to go support my homegirl Maddie that I just interviewed on the podcast. If you haven't heard her interview, go check it out. It's really funny. She's a really dope girl. But yeah, so I went to go support her. She did a really good job. She was spinning at a event that, you know, she collaborated with Slow Dive on. So I was happy to see everybody from Slow Dive. And that was a really good feeling for me personally. That was probably one of the best feelings that I experienced that weekend because I definitely miss working at Slow Dive. I used to bartend there, and it's one of the only jobs that I had that I ever really liked. So it was good seeing everybody come out and support. I think next door at Peabody's, there was an event Young Crazy and Fatty had, which was whamming. I ain't even gonna lie, that line was down the fucking block. Like, everybody was out there. It was just a good time. Like, I was seeing everybody. I ain't gonna lie, like, from the time I walked onto the strip on Friday to the time I left, I was feeling the love. Like, everybody was saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, speaking, taking pictures and stuff. So I was really happy to see everybody out and about and shit. Maddie did great at her event. There was also another community stage on Friday. Put the flyer so everybody can get their credit, but super proud of them. I seen videos of that stage. Everybody snapped. Everybody's set went crazy. And I expect nothing less, you know what I mean? Like, it's very much expected because I know what they're capable of. So everybody snapped though, as usual. Shout out to all of the DJs who spin. Y'all snap, y'all really set the tone. And I'm gonna get more into that a little later too. Yeah, so that was the Disc Freak stage. There were a couple more events going on, some pop-up shops. And these are actual, like, Something in the Water official events. So I was really proud of everybody because, like I said, a lot of people, like, that first year, they were working really hard. They were like, they wanted to be a part of the next one. And so I was really proud to see everybody's progression and just people doing, you know what I'm saying, working on their craft and finally getting their recognition. So that was the only thing that I did on Friday. Like I said, I got out there kind of late. And honestly, I wasn't pressed to, like, be out there because it was just a lot going on. But like I said, like, that had been my first time being around that many people since the first Something in the Water. So I was just kind of trying to, like, take it easy. My anxiety was kicking in. So then Saturday, that was my favorite day. It was also the only day that it didn't rain. But Saturday was the day that Wayne performed. There was another community stage with Fishgale and Kyrie, and I think Young Crazy was up there, and a bunch of other people. I'm gonna put all the flyers for these events on the video so you guys can see, because I definitely want everybody to get their credit because everybody snapped. Everybody did a wonderful job. I was really proud to see it, even though I wasn't, like, physically there. And I already told everybody, I was like, bro, it's too many things going on. Like, y'all can't, I'm gonna try, but y'all can't possibly, like, expect everybody to make everything this weekend. So please don't be upset if you don't see me. But I definitely support all of you guys. Everybody snapped. Like, I saw everybody set. It was great. I was really proud. I was really proud to see the progression of a lot of these artists, especially people like Kyrie, Fish, people who I've personally booked. I was really proud. Saturday was also the day I got to see Wayne, and so I was really happy about that, of course. And I got to see Yachty too. He's another one of my favorite rappers. But Yachty, Wayne, Summer Walker performed that day too. MIA performed with Pharrell and Friends. He brought out Lola Brooks. Summer Walker brought out Sexy Red. Like, Saturday was pretty cool. Saturday, A$AP Rocky performed. He's another one of my favorites. I thought Rihanna was going to come out, but they said she was there, so I thought she was going to come out, but she didn't. I don't know. I think Saturday was one of my favorite days. And like I said, it was the only day it didn't rain. Another person that I want to shout out is Gabe Niles. So Gabe Niles is, I'm not going to call him an old head, but he's definitely one of the more like seasoned members of the Virginia creative scene, the music scene out here. And he's one of the like forerunners of the shit also, like when it comes to like that whole movement and just like throwing events, curating, DJing, and bringing that new sound to Virginia. But he definitely was one of the faces of Something in the Water, like to the public, like to the professional public. So I saw him on a lot of news interviews, like he was running a lot of things behind the scenes, just working mad hard. And so I do want to shout him out because he was definitely somebody who put in hella work, somebody that I know personally who put in hella work for the festival, and definitely somebody who I feel like deserves their flowers. And another person I want to shout out is Uzumi. So on Sunday, it started raining again, so a lot of the concert got canceled, but a lot of the like side events were still going on. So Uzumi was spinning, so I went to go check him out, and he was snapping like per usual. You know what I mean? He was snapping. He was performing. He was spinning at Oceans 14, which is a bar on the ocean front. I guess they had some type of event or whatever, but anyway, yeah, dude was snapping. He always snaps, so I definitely want to shout him out. D-Pal, Bakery Boys, Mac, Maddie. I don't really want to get into naming too many names because I know I'm gonna forget somebody, but all of the people who I know personally from Virginia who performed on the local stages, all of the DJs who were spinning at the events, I want to give a shout out to you guys because y'all snapped. And shout out to Amir Driver as well, because that's another person who was snapping the whole weekend, giving out merch. He had an event on Sunday at the Bunker, which I was there for a little while, but I guess because of the rain, it didn't start fast enough. And by that time, I was already tired and hungry, so I did end up leaving. But Pusha T ended up coming and performing there. So yeah, like everybody was snapping. Everybody from the town was snapping. Everybody from the 757 was snapping. Everybody was just snapping. And I'm really proud of the 757 artists and DJs because y'all carried that festival on y'all's backs. Like, and don't let nobody tell y'all otherwise. In particular, I really want to shout out the DJs because I already said this on Twitter, but I feel like Scholarship and Uzumi need to be spinning on the main stage next year. Whenever the fuck we have this festival again, they need to be on the main stages because they're capable. You know what I mean? Like, these people are capable. And if this didn't show y'all that they're capable, then I don't know what will, because they carry that festival on their backs. So with that being said, I'm gonna get into my wishes, which is the criticism. Yeah. And it's like, I don't put together festivals. I've curated shows, but I've never done anything like large scale like that. But I can only imagine, you know what I mean, like the kind of stress that goes into putting together an event this large, making sure everybody's safe, making sure everybody has enough parking and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like, I know Pharrell was really trying, you know. And regardless of whether you think he should have brought the festival back to Virginia Beach or not, if niggas utilize the festival properly, this is something that is, like I said, will benefit the music scene and just like individual artists, if that makes sense. Like, I understand because a lot of people were saying, well, he shouldn't have moved the festival back to Virginia Beach because his cousin got shot by Virginia Beach Police Department. And that's okay. Like, that's a valid opinion, but it's like, since he did move it back to the festival, let's utilize this to our advantage. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. That's just how I feel about that. Now, I'm going to, now the first thing that I did not appreciate about the festival, like I said, before I even got to the festival, I was feeling kind of crazy because I was like, damn, it's so many fucking events and not enough, like, there can't possibly be enough attendees for these events. Like, that's something that I don't understand. Why did everybody feel the need to be the person who was having a party? Like, the way I see it, it's about 4 demographics within this scene out here. You know what I'm saying? You got the hood niggas, you got the hipsters, you got the hype beasts, and then you have like the alternative crowd or like that grungy type crowd. I don't really know how to explain it. Me personally, I can go to any event and feel just fine. But you have those types of people who's like, okay, they want to go to this type of event, they're looking for this type of event. Okay, I feel like personally, like, people there should have been more collaborations instead of so many events. And then everybody want to ask me like, well, why ain't you having this show? Why ain't you having this? Why would I? Why would I? Why would I have an event, you know what I'm saying, booking the same artist that my homeboy who was also having an event is about to book? Like, why wouldn't I just go to his event? You don't always have to be the person throwing something or the person being in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, there should have been more collaborations. Y'all should have just cornered the market and did it that way. If anybody has a reason as to why y'all did not do that, let me know. But it just didn't make sense to me because from what I'm seeing, like, a lot of these events were poorly attended. And it's partially because there were so many, like, motherfuckers didn't know where to go. I knew where I was going to go because I was going to go support my friends. But it's just like everybody was being pulled 1,000 different directions. And I don't know, I just feel like it kind of messed up the attendance. Like, it should have been more collaboration. Motherfuckers should have worked together instead of everybody wanting to be the person to have something. Now, my next, I guess, I don't know, I don't want to say complaint, but it's just like criticism. Virginia, like, we have got to stop the trying to be too cool thing. Like, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. And the reason why I'm gonna say it needs to stop is because that's partially the reason. That's another reason why shit is so dead now. Like, niggas be too cool to have fun. Niggas be too cool to have fun. And I noticed, like, a lot of the artists within their sets, they were saying things like, damn, like, the energy, like, they was just like, damn, like, are y'all happy to see me? Like, I remember Yachty was like, I ain't been to Virginia in a minute. People weren't even, like, snapping, like, and the artist snapped, like, the artist sets were great, but it's just like everybody was just kind of standing around, like, trying to be too cool, and it just kind of blew me because it's like, we're at a festival, you know what I mean? I went on social media the next day and I'm seeing other people like frying other people's festival looks. These are looks that you would wear to a festival, like a Coachella or something. Like, they're festival looks. People on here, I'm like, oh, what does she have on? Da, da, da. It's festival wear. Like, what do you mean, what does she have on? You know what I'm saying? Like, open your mind. Stop being so fucking brainwashed by Norfolk, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, whatever, Virginia Beach. The shit you see out here, like, it's more to life. You know what I mean? Like, open your mind, have fun, relax. Like, it's not, a festival is not the time to try to pretend to be too cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's never that deep. And the artists can definitely feel that. And I feel like when artists feel shit like that, like, they don't want to come back here, which is only in turn gonna hurt us even more. Because, you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to have tour stops here. They don't want to come here because they're gonna be like, damn, like, that place was so dead. And it's like, it's dead because motherfuckers is always trying to play too cool. And that's with everything. Like, y'all don't want to pull out to other people's events because y'all too cool. Y'all don't want to dance and do this during people's sets because you too cool. Like, lose that mindset. Lose that mindset. Nobody's fucking too cool for anything. I don't know what was going on with the sound, but they gotta find somebody else to do that next time. I was really excited to hear Paper Planes by MIA performed on by the water, because y'all know I'm a water sign. So all of this shit was very like damn near spiritual for me, because I'm like, damn, like I'm at the beach, I'm with my friends, I'm seeing my favorite rapper, blah 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 blah. Like they were fucking my vibe up. Like they were fucking my vibe up with that poor ass sound. I don't understand what the fuck was going on. But her vocals were just mad, like stringy and flat and boxed in. And I'm like, now, y'all know better. Like, y'all know better. Sound, no. It was not it. Also on Saturday, now, don't get me wrong, I loved Yachty's set. Yachty's set was super amazing. He came out and he did some songs from his new album, Let's Start Here, which is amazing. Almost genius level, in my opinion. And he did some of his like older, more turnt shit too. But he did the song that he has with Drum, Broccoli. And it raised a few eyebrows to me and some other people. Well, I ain't gonna speak for other people, I'll speak for myself. It raised an eyebrow for me, because I'm like, how are you in Virginia? I just knew that when they did that song, I was gonna see Drum and the Bakery Boys like run out on stage performing in the middle of the party. Bitch, get off me. Like, I don't know. I just felt like I was gonna see that, and it was just gonna be like a big moment for Virginia and like for the festival and like, and for them, you know what I mean? Like for them, I mean, like not for Drum, but like for some of the other artists under him that he got, you know what I mean? I just thought that was gonna be a moment, you know? And when he performed that song and Drum did not come out, I was a little confused and a little frustrated, because it's like, damn, like, all right. And then they talking about, well, Yachty said he didn't know Drum was there and like, And when I went and looked on Apple Music, like Broccoli is still Yachty's like #1 song or #2 song, but it's like one of his higher ranking songs, you know what I mean? So it's like, and he was there. Like, he was there. This is his state. He's from here. So why again? Like, everybody knew Drum and the Bakery Boys was something in the water. Like, local or not, you seen that name somewhere. You know what I mean? And it's like, personal feelings aside, they are some of the people who have been, I guess, like really working and really doing shit. So it's like, why? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like what's going on? And it disappointed me, because it's like I said, I want more for anybody that's from Virginia. I want more for, well, I ain't gonna say anybody that's from Virginia, but if you're from Virginia and you're a decent person, a halfway decent person, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for you. And I just knew that was gonna be a big moment. I knew that was gonna be a big moment. So when I saw that, and it's like, you know, like, what's really going on? That kind of threw me for a loop. And then, like, Pharrell gave this speech, and he was like, oh, yeah, like, I just want to shout out to you guys for always being so strong and fighting for what y'all believe in. And it's just like, I feel like he could have saved that, because, you know, if that was his way of speaking on the shooting incident, like, he could have saved that. I don't know, that was some weird energy to me. But and another thing too, like, I feel like Pharrell also needs people from out here who are more tapped in to help with these types of things, because like that comment, a lot of the things were just like out of touch. Like, for instance, I said that Uzumi and another DJ that I know, Scholarship, like, personally, I feel like they should have been spinning on the 2 stages in between sets. Okay, if not at night, at least during the day. You know what I mean? But they're very capable of carrying the vibe, you know what I mean? Like, playing the music that is relevant and, you know what I mean, that the people fuck with. All types of different things. Like, they can carry the vibe. They're literally built for that stadium type shit. You know what I mean? So I just feel like Pharrell needs somebody who's more in touch and more in tune to the community out here to kind of help put these things together. Because like I said, the local artists and the local DJs carry that festival. So like I said, Drama and the Bakery Boys should have been, if Yachty was going to perform Broccoli, it should have been the last song in the set, and they all should have been out there. They should have had Uzumi and Scholarship DJ on the Solar and Lunar stages. They should have had, like, it's so many more things that this could have been bigger for Virginia, I feel like. It could have been bigger. I really feel like Pharrell should take note of the fact that the local artists and the local DJs did carry this festival on their backs, because that's who he needs to be like investing in and putting time and work and energy into, so that the next time we have this festival, those artists can be in a bigger position. They can maybe even be like main stage potential. You know what I mean? Like he needs to pay attention to what's going on and who's really working out here, because if he continues to be out of touch like this, and you know what I'm saying, not giving the quality, because the quality of the festival this year definitely didn't match that of the first one, for sure. I feel bad if you paid more than like $200 for a ticket. I kind of do feel bad, because the quality was way down. Like, so if you continue being out of touch and giving people poor quality, then I don't know, the future of the festival ain't looking too good. I don't know. I'm assuming people want this to be a reoccurring thing. Let's step it up. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's do better. It's a couple people out here who have really been working, and they have full capability. And it's just like, damn, like, why are these niggas not famous yet? And I feel like people like Pharrell and Pusha T, like, they got to talk to people who are more in tune with what's going on out here, so they can know who's working, like who to work with, who to invest in. And then you can maybe put those artists at advantage, you know what I'm saying? Give them a little more of a platform, since we are from the same area. And then that way they'll be maybe main stage material next year, and we can have other artists on the local stage. You know what I mean? Like, this should be something that's pushing Virginia's culture forward in several different ways. And I'm really also upset too that Young Chris didn't get to perform. He was the only person who is from the 757 and made it to the main stage, and he ain't even get to perform. Like, I don't know. I wanted this to be bigger for Virginia, and I wanted I don't know. It was just chaotic a little bit. And it's crazy because when I was on my way up there the first day, my sister called me on the phone and she was like, girl, this is not it. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, how could it not be it? Because I'm still thinking it's going to be like the first year. I'm like, how can it not be it? Like, it's something in the water. What you mean? And she's just like, this is not it. Like, this is like night and day from the first year. And I definitely see what she mean. Like, I just did not feel the love. I felt like the festival itself was exploited as fuck. Like, a lot of people were trying to just make money off this festival, which brings me back to my point about the events. Like, everybody and their mama wanted to have an event because everybody and their mama was trying to make money. I get that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I am definitely a bitch that's about bread, but it's like, you gotta, when it comes to stuff like this, you have to keep the love like first. You know what I mean? You have to keep the love for the culture and the music first. Otherwise, that energy is gonna be felt. Like, everybody felt that shit. We all know that shit was exploited as a bitch. Like, everybody wanted to have a event or like an outside thing, like an unofficial thing, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it was really divisive, and I felt like it was just exploitative because everybody was trying to have some type of come up off the festival. But I see what she mean. Like, this shit was a little chaotic because it was like that. And that's another thing too that I feel like we as a community need to work on. Like, we can't just be so clout based, or like, you know what I'm saying, just always wanting to be the person that's doing something, that we stop being genuine and take the love out of it. Because that's like the culture right there. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we got these promoters charging y'all $200, $300 to perform at a show with only 2 people attending. That's why we got fucking Shag Fest. How the fuck is Shag Fest still a thing? Like, let's talk about that. Like, because at the end of the festival, or like 2 days before the festival, or whenever, Shaggy getting on Twitter talking about, well, Shag Fest. I'm like, y'all really, we still going for that? Like, what's going on? And then it's like, at this point, I can't even feel bad for the artists who get exploited from Shag Fest, because it's like, motherfuckers done already told y'all, I done already told y'all about that several times and several years ago. But it's like, damn, like, that's still what's going on. We're still exploiting the art like this. Like I said, that energy is always going to be felt. And it was a lot of that going on. Also, too, I personally, because I know Virginia Beach, the city of Virginia Beach, probably had something to do with why the festival was the way that it was as well. Because, you know, they always got they hands in something. They always fucking something up. So many police out there. Like, it was a super increased police presence, which I feel like it was definitely raising my anxiety. And I wasn't even doing anything wrong, but it's just like, damn, y'all really fucking the vibe up with this shit. Like, it was everywhere you went, every single, it don't matter where you went out there, bro. It was at least like 15, 20 cops posted on every single like block or across the street or like anywhere. Like, it was really weird. And then when we were walking into the festival, the way the police were acting, like, it was just so weird. Like, they're closing gates. They're talking about single file to the right. Like, are we at the festival or are we in jail? Like, are we in prison? What's going on? Like, I don't know. I personally was not fucking with the spirit of it this year. I wasn't. Like, it was really, I don't know. I don't want to say underhanded, but it was just like, it was a lot of ulterior motives. Like, I don't know. I just didn't feel the pure, genuine love and like community that I felt at the first one. And don't get me wrong, like, I felt the love from people who knew me. I felt the love from my friends and like seeing people who knew me and like walking down the strip and people saying, hey. I even felt the love from people asking me, well, why didn't I have a show? You know what I mean? But from like the festival and just the energy surrounding it itself, I didn't feel the love. Like, it felt very exploitative. Yeah, so those are just a couple of things that I don't understand. But I really do strongly suggest that Pharrell pay attention or get somebody who is like, who knows what's going on out here to kind of help with these things. Cause yeah, I just feel like he's not, what he's doing for the community is great, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I just feel like he's kind of a little out of touch. Like, he needs somebody who's more tapped in to let him know, you know what I mean? Well, this person does this and this person does this and da-da-da-da-da. And to let him know who he needs to be working with or investing in. I know he doesn't really do it so much as like Pusha T, but working with the smaller artists and developing them. I want bigger moments for Virginia. I do. I want bigger moments for Virginia. I want bigger moments for our artists, our DJs, our creatives, because we have the talent. It's just, we got to learn how to move, and we got to start putting our foot down, standing on shit, calling out bullshit, knowing our worth, all those things. Like, local artists and DJs, y'all shut that shit down. Please stop letting these niggas play in y'all face. Please stop fucking spending at these, I understand we having a venue shortage, but it's like, please stop letting these niggas have y'all at hole-in-the-wall bars for fucking $150. Like, start putting y'all foot down, because the talent is there. We got to start, you know what I mean? We got to start turning shit up for ourselves. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? It's hard without having a venue, without having a constant spot to be booked. But don't be afraid to outsource. Like, go out of town and start spending. If you have those opportunities or connections to be able to do something like that, like, we got to start getting creative with this shit. We got to start showing niggas what we really are on, showing niggas our worth. Because when this festival comes back around next year, I expect it to be a lot different, but I'm expecting bigger moments for Virginia. Like, they need to know not to play with us next year. Yachty talking about he ain't no dramas out here. He ain't no, well, bitch, And don't get me wrong, I love Yachty, but it's like, you gonna know next year. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna know not to play with niggas and stop letting these people play with y'all. Like, that's all I got to say. Y'all have the talent. Y'all have the capability. Y'all carried this entire festival on y'all's backs. The artists won't even fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, half of them was acting like they didn't even want to perform for us. A$AP Rocky cut his set short. Yachty the whole time was like, damn, what's going on? You know what I mean? But y'all snapped on y'all sets. Y'all snapped like y'all were on the main stage. So don't let niggas play with y'all. Yeah. And that's so yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. I know it was kind of a mouthful. I know I kind of got to rambling and shit, but hopefully it made sense a little bit. And hopefully nobody takes offense to what I'm saying, because I never mean to be offensive, but it just is what it is. Like, somebody got to say something. Like, it's too much cap going on, too much cap enablers, and I ain't for the bullshit. Y'all know I'm not for the bullshit. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. As always, make sure y'all comment and subscribe. And I will see y'all in my next video. Talk to y'all later. Bye.